Welcome to this edition of the Angels and Destiny show. Why is this show called this, you may ask? So I'll tell you. The accept mean of angel is messenger, and the accept mean of destiny is to make firm establish. So my guest and I bring you messages to establish what you need to know in the present. And of course, I like working with angels and the calmness they bring. Now, in a moment, I will introduce you to my wonderful returning guest, Sophie Fox. But before that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the show live at a later date, as it means a lot to both Sophie and I to connect with like-minded people. Now, if you've never met me before, then my name is Rae, and I'm a guide who helps you remember your divine presence so that you can heal your past, create your future, and transform your present to expand your consciousness, understand your spiritual path, and take charge of your destiny in the present to fulfill your life purpose. Now, I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and through Divine Presence and everything else I offer, I guide you to remember why you are here, your spiritual path, and the clarity of the next steps to take to fulfill your purpose. Now, each episode of this show covers various themes of your journey, a mini guided meditation, and an angel oracle card reading, with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, like today's guest, Sophie Fox, about how you can uncover who you really are and find unlimited support from the angels and ascended masters. Now, there are moments in life when we encounter something that stops us in our tracks and so deeply affects us that we're never the same again. So Sophie, who is the founder of Angelic Energies, shares with you what's really inspired and transformed her life recently. Now, her big passion is to help you live life to your fullest potential so that you can be all that you came here to be. Now, with testimonials such as enrolling into the Becoming Empowered course has helped me really come along. I feel like I can trust myself now, and I know that I'm more than capable. My perspective has really shifted. Now I feel really connected to my guides and angels, and things have not been working out for me quite some time now, and I felt like I've been on a downward spiral. I've tried to follow my passion, but nothing has gone right for me. After working with Sophie, I was guided towards seeing a brighter future. Now I know exactly what changes I need to make, and I'm excited about what can happen next. So without further delay, hello, Sophie, and welcome to Angels and Destiny show. How are you today?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, delighted to be here. Thank you for having me back.
You're welcome. So before we get into this fascinating conversation, I want to remind you that not only can you share this video, but you can also ask questions, leave comments and thoughts, as both Sophie and I want to be part of this conversation. So please don't be shy, even if it's just to say hello, to let us know you're here. So Sophie, why don't you tell us more about your journey and how we can be empowered through connection with angels, ascended masters?
Wow, well, where to start? Yeah, life, uh, yeah, it can be really tough, can't it? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, in this day and age. And I think it's all too easy to get overwhelmed by it all. It's all too easy to get stuck in a narrative of, um, oh, he did this or she did this to me, and feel stuck in a bit of a victim mentality, or just allow all the worry and fear that is constantly being bombarding us, to overcome us. And perhaps you felt that everything is just a constant battle for survival.
Yeah, at the moment it seems to be.
Yeah, and it can be really easy when you're in that state of feeling totally disconnected from yourself, feeling that you don't even know what brings you joy anymore. And so it is my big passion now more than ever to kind of wake people up and to remember who you truly are. And you are more than just in this body right now. You are an eternal soul, and you are spirit in a human body, which gives you unlimited potential. And it also means that it's the most natural thing to connect with spirit, to connect with this whole big support team around you, with the angels, with the ascended masters, with your guides, with anyone that has ever inspired you as well, that has walked the path before us and shown us the way. Um, yeah. So,
Yeah, and I think actually something you've just touched on there is that those that have walked before us and shown us the way, because when we think about connecting with people, we either think of angels or well-known ascended masters, or maybe even relatives or something that have passed on.
mm,
But it could be anyone that's come into our life at any point, and I don't quite think sometimes we realise that, do we?
and not just people that have come into your life, but people that have inspired you as well, you know? Yeah, you name it. Yeah, we've got this whole big support team and spirit that are just waiting for us to call on them and invite them in and make that connection. So in these moments when you're feeling, a bit overwhelmed and stuck, I really encourage people just to kind of remember that and to come up out of yourself and remember, how powerful you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, we kind of like say, oh yeah, just just can remember and connect with, but a
mm,
lot of people find it difficult to do because life is so busy and everything, and
yeah.
and we probably have forgotten from our ancestors hundreds and hundreds of years ago knew how to do this, but we've kind of like lost that. So how do we get that back?
Well, um, I talk in my book, Guided by Angels, A Journey Through Life with Archangels, about the importance of having a daily spiritual practice. Um, but, that I've developed these beautiful scented healing mists, which are just an instant gateway to make that connection. They're all attuned to angels and ascended masters, and it's that instant link for you there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
We
it's
we
it's all done basically with the power of intention. Everything
okay.
is with the power of intention. Yeah.
Yeah. So where did this inspiration for these new energetic sprays come from?
Well, I have my existing range that based on the archangels, but just recently it's been a really exciting time for me because I don't know if you can see uh, a book that has really transformed my life recently is the Sophia Code, uh, the living transmission from the Sophia Dragon Tribe, channeled by Rae. And wow, um, in there. Well, I won't go too much into her past. She's had a very traumatic past, and you can imagine when you've gone through something like that, to get through it, your consciousness must check out to be able to survive. And so she's naturally developed this ability to connect with other dimensions, with higher realms. And in the book, she channels 7 female ascended masters and really brings them to life, gives you the whole backstory of their life, of telling you how you can connect with them and how they're here to help us. And I was just blown away by this book, so much so that I had to create this new range of scented healing mist based on it. It was, yeah, life changing, I thought.
Yeah. So how do you do that? If someone wants to create their own sort of like scented spray to spray around their house, how would they sort of like, oh, I quite fancy having an archangel spray just to protect me every day.
Mm. Well, I am very lucky that I have a brother who owns Centauri Perfumes. He's makes exclusive perfumes. So he's taught me the process of actually how to make these mists. Um, but what I do when I'm making them is, I'm charging them with the angelic Reiki, I'm making that connection to the ascended master and really channeling that energy into the spray. So it's quite a process, but one that is very, very rewarding. Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, it's all done with intention.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. So how would someone do do intention? So I suppose that I suppose because I suppose that if you were to, I don't know, you get a nice spray mist that you really like,
Mm.
um, through intention, could you actually turn that into sort of like a cleansing spray or something?
Of course you could. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you you can do it, for whatever frequency you want. Something that I teach about a lot is, we are all energy. Everything is energy. And so you pick whatever frequency, whatever energy you're wanting to bring into your life, and you're focusing that on that. It could be joy, for example. You could have, a spray that you're using to uplift you and bring you joy. So you're focusing on that feeling and really, connecting with your heart and imbuing that into whatever you're making. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
Mm.
an interesting way of doing it. So I suppose it's kind of like if you would do a crystal, it's kind of like really the
Yeah.
same thing. You're just putting the intention.
Yeah. Programming
Um,
the crystal. Mm. Yeah.
yeah, well, that's really interesting.
Mm.
So what what support do angels and ascended masters actually want to give us? Because again, it's like we can quite easily say and there's always lots of stuff in the online and everything. Just call on your ascended masters, call on your angels, call on the spirits. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that, but what kind of support, unlimited support, do they give us? And I do know that some people go, I don't want to keep asking because they think I'm desperate.
Oh no, people should never think that, because especially with your guardian angels, we've each been given assigned, I think, two guardian angels, an advisor angel and a protector angel. And you've got to realize that you are their sole purpose, and they've been with you not just through this lifetime, but every lifetime you've been through. So yeah, nothing is too big or too small to ask them. The thing with them is that, they work on the basis of free will. So they really, they need you to invite them in. That's why I always start the day, before I've even opened my eyes. Thank you, angels and guides, for all your love and support. Let there be no limits to the amount of help you give me today. And that just sets me up for the day, helps me feel bulletproof.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, you can always ask for parking spaces. I do that all the time, and it works.
Yeah.
It
Um,
works.
mm,
Yeah, and Eric says, "Hey guys, hi guys. Hoping you guys are doing amazing. Thank you for joining us,
thanks,
Eric.
Eric. Thank
Thank you for
you.
joining us, freelancer."
Um,
And that. If you've got any questions or anything, please do post them in the comments if you want to know more about ascended masters or angels or sprays. So, you know, how are you helping people become empowered?
um, Gosh, there's so many different ways, as I mentioned earlier, I've got my book, which is just jam full of ways to help you think about life from a different perspective. That's, A Course in Miracles, which is another famous book, says, a miracle can be thought of as a shift in perspective. And is that a cat I could hear then?
Yes, that'll be my cat who's decided she wants to go out and she wants me to open the cat flap for her, which isn't going to happen.
Um,
She's a diva.
so yeah,
Okay, so yeah, Eric is saying, what ascended master do you typically work with, and how do you typically work with them?
Yeah, I was gonna go back to your question previously, actually, about, how the ascended masters can help us.
Mm,
So following on from reading the Sophia Code, there's 7 female ascended masters that I'm working with currently. The first one is Goddess Isis, and she is an amazing one to work with, to embody your true potential, to really step into your power. We also have Goddess Hathor, who's who was really the founder of, it's interesting, the whole Isis lineage. And she teaches us about the fact that our our spoken word is so powerful. We create what we speak. I think that's what the translation of abracadabra is. I create what I speak. And I think in centuries gone by, words were so much more powerful than they are now.
yes.
I think, especially with the English language, you can feel how low vibrational the English language is. And, you know, Hathor had she brought through light language for us, which is amazing. It's making this resurgence right now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she helps us to, when we speak, to embody our higher self and the wisdom of our higher self. So she's a great one to work with. Green Tara, another one, very famous with the Buddhists, helps us to let go of suffering. She has an amazing mantra, Om Tari Tu Tari Ture Soha, which, you can just recite these things to instantly uplift you and bring you out of what you're going through, and just help us to see things differently and embody divine love. Mother Mary, she doesn't really need much of an introduction, but
But she's much more than just what the Bible says.
my goodness, well, according to the Sophia Code, she was actually a reincarnation of Isis, which I thought was rather interesting.
Interesting.
But yeah, so she's known as the Virgin Mother of Jesus, but she's the one that we turn to when we want miracles, and all around the world, she's this revered sense of bringing that sense of the miraculous to us. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Mary Magdalene as
Of
well,
course.
the next one, and the story behind Mary Magdalene. She was nothing like how she's been portrayed, and I think it's just amazing that she's having this resurgence, of the truth, and the fact that she was actually taught the same lineage as Jesus or Yeshua. Um, yeah, amazing, amazing lady. And so she's helping us to embody divine love, and yeah, remember that we have come here as to be an angel on earth and to help us to become that. Then we've got Kuan Yin, and she's known as She of a Thousand Waters. And the backstory for Kuan Yin was just really, really hard, moving. I won't spoil the book. I think everybody should read. It's on the audio as well if you don't do reading. She has the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum,
Mm.
and she's there to help us embody the radical self-compassion and help us lift ourselves out of that suffering, and just let go of our deepest fears and insecurities and wounds. And then finally, there's an amazing lady called White Buffalo Woman,
I've heard of her.
from the North American plains, and her ability, well, you can imagine her there with a sacred peace pipe, and she's here to remind us just how powerful our prayers are. because when we add the power of prayer to something, it just lifts everything up beyond all human capability, and also help us to remember to live in right harmony with the earth, which, if we don't start doing that soon, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So,
we do future life progression. We know that's going to work. We
yeah,
we we know we know the future's fine. People are waking up and realizing.
yeah. So
Um,
I don't know if your viewers know, but this is something that you and I share in common, isn't it? That we both have trained in future life progression. Yeah, it's one of my favorite tools for just helping people let go of any feelings of being stuck, of any fear, doubt, uncertainty, and connect them to their best possible future. It's life changing stuff, isn't it? It really is.
oh, it's absolutely amazing because, and also I think it's when you actually see and understand your future, you don't have the worries for it. So you actually enjoy being in the present
Mm,
because you've not got those worries because you know it's all going to be fine
yeah,
there, and you know the steps that you need to take for it.
yeah. And what fascinates me about the whole idea of connecting to your future self is you're kind of playing with a quantum field there, because once you've embodied that energy, um, yeah, it just things change.
Yeah, it is such an amazing thing. And Rebecca says fiction. I always thank my angels for green lights at traffic lights and finding parking spaces.
Oh, Rebecca's here. Hello, darling. Yes. Oh,
Yes, and obviously Eric does the same.
yeah.
And again, it's that thanking in advance because I always say thank you, angels, for finding me that parking space. I'm always thanking the angels, the
Mm,
ascended masters in advance that it's already taken place,
mm,
rather than asking for it at that moment in time.
yeah. Do you know,
Um,
that just reminds me, I had just this week, I had quite a spooky incident. Uh, I was in my car and I was the traffic's really bad where I'm at the moment, and so I was taking my little girl to school, and we were doing a little detour over the moors to try and avoid the traffic. But there was this one point in the journey where it's a very steep hill, right hand bend, and I'm just negotiating myself around that. A car's coming up the other way, and I think she must have been in the wrong gear or something, and she can't get round. And she lost control of her car. I think she must have got it out of gear and it started rolling. And I'm thinking, "Oh my goodness, it's gonna hit me, it's gonna hit me." I'm slamming on the horn. It's like, "What are you doing, woman?" And, she missed me by about that much, and then she
wow.
careered into the wall just in front of me. Managed to put the car into gear and drive off in total shock. And the first thing I said that came out of my mouth was, "Thank you, angels." And, just as I'd said that, 2 seconds, I kept driving. There was a T-junction. A car comes across with the angel number plate 444
Oh, wonderful.
Gabriel, and you just can't make these things up, can you? Uh,
No, it is absolutely amazing how that happens. And Eric says, "Thank you for sharing your experience. I've heard a few of those. Isis and Kuan Yin are the ones I've resonated with. And it's also really cool that you both do future life for progression.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, highly recommend it because the thing with future life progression is it's so flexible, isn't it? I mean,
Mm.
you can really tailor it to whatever people want. If people have got different things they're considering, say, like if you're buying property, you've got different houses, or if you're young, I think that's a really good time to do it if you're wanting to know which course to
Cool
study.
Shitadi.
Whatever it is, you can explore all different possibilities, see how it's going to work out. If you're creative, you can connect to that best possible idea. Um, but yeah, it's just limitless in possibilities. And when I did it, connecting to my next lifetime, which was interesting. It wasn't human. I connected with the angels, and the love that came through, I can't put it into words, Ray, honestly. I had tears streaming down my face. It was the most beautiful experience I've ever had. It's
Yeah.
pure, unconditional love. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can totally resonate with that because when I had my first future life, going into my next lifetime, um, and I already knew that I wasn't actually coming back. You know, this is my last incarnation. That was something I'd already planned, you know, before I came into this life.
Mm,
So I'm like going, well, I don't, you know, I'm not having another lifetime.
mm,
Oh my God, it was amazing. I literally was back in the universe. I was like part of a black hole connect. And it was again, it was just so there were tears streaming. It was just I felt so much love,
yeah,
so much connection.
yeah.
It was like, wow, I've gone back to source.
And that is what I'm here to remind people, that is who you really are. Yeah. That's brilliant. That's who you are at your soul's essence. And we don't have to wait until we pass over to remember that, to connect in with that.
No, we can do that now.
Mm.
And Eric says I work with QHHT, quantum healing.
Quantum healing technique.
Yeah. Which is past life is past life that I found quite yes, past lives as well.
Mm,
That's really fascinating.
mm,
As well, especially when you take people back to before their first incarnation on Earth, where they might have been incarnated before.
mm.
That's a fascinating one.
Wow. Yeah.
And I've taken people so many times there.
I'm just reading a lot of books actually that talk about taking people back in the in between life.
Done that as well.
Yeah. Um, I think there's a lot of healing. That's where all the healing takes place. Really, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, and Eric's it's quantum healing hypnosis technique.
Next.
Haven't
Yeah.
had that one happen just yet, but I've quite a few chin. That's an interesting. I like the sound. I'm liking the sound of that one. And
Mm,
might have to look that one up and actually experience it
mm.
along the way. So
Is that
I know.
is that what
Yeah, go on.
is that what Dolores Cannon teaches?
Oh, I don't know. Is Eric? Is that what Dolores Cannon teaches?
Was that her modality?
I'm not sure. I can't remember because I think she did a couple, didn't she?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. Hopefully, Eric will come back. He'll either be a yay or a nay
Okay.
um, with that one. So again, with your becoming empowered, um,
Mm.
what else can we do to actually, be empowered through that connection with the ascended masters and the angels?
Oh gosh, so many things. I mean, yeah, obviously meditation is the number one thing, isn't it? Of remembering that you are not the body, you are not the mind. Um, you are pure spirit, and I think that having that time in meditation just helps, make that connection to yourself, to source energy, to the divine. Yeah, yeah. First and
Yeah.
foremost. Um,
And I think that leads us quite nicely in now. As people know, I normally do angel oracle cards or I do a guided meditation if my guests would like me to do that. But I happen to know that Sophie does things like guided meditations as well. And she's kindly agreed to do one for us. To do one for us now. So before we get into that, just Eric says that yes, it is the Dolores technique. You bring the higher self into the body to heal and answer questions.
mm, yeah.
No. So thank you for that clarification, Eric. So yes, Sophie, over to you.
Ready for meditation?
Oh, I think we're ready for a meditation.
Well, I'll give you a little snippet of the one that I'm going to be delivering at the shows. So I also go around mind, body, spirit events, My next one is actually this weekend in Manchester at the big exhibition hall Bowlers.
Nice.
But yeah, if you go on my website, you can see a list of where I'm going to be at. So I'll do a little bit of a meditation that will just help you connect to two of these ascended masters that I mentioned, if you like.
Beautiful.
I'll do the Egyptian ones. We'll do Isis and Hathor, and just help you embody some of that wisdom. Okay.
Yep.
So, if you're comfortable, if you can, try and have both feet on the ground, and just gently allow your eyelids to close. Just allow yourself to relax and let go. Let all your cares and worries go. And at this time, nothing matters. Nobody wants anything. Nobody expects anything. Settle yourself down and get a really comfortable position now. Just relax and let go. And as you switch off your thoughts, just allow this time for yourself as you begin to feel more relaxed. Letting go of any worries or problems that might have been on your mind recently. And there's no need to fight any unwanted negative thoughts because they're soon going to be out of your mind, just as easy as they came. So start to relax. Keep your eyes closed and listen very quietly to the sound of my voice. Allow any outside sounds just to relax you further to the point where they fade away, and all you have to do is just focus on the sound of my voice. And soon you will be feeling totally relaxed, enjoying a feeling of calmness, a feeling of quietness, stillness inside. And you will find that after you've experienced this feeling, you will continue to feel calm for ages afterwards. And it's a good feeling. It's a feeling of inner calm, feeling of being relaxed inside. So stay with my voice now. Listen to my voice and let yourself go even deeper. Now take a couple of deep breaths in for me. Slowly filling up your lungs with fresh air. And as you exhale, relax more and more with every out-breath. And just slow your breathing down. You begin to feel more and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. Just notice how relaxed your whole body has become. From the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. And your eyelids are feeling very heavy now. All your muscles are just feeling relaxed. Your muscles loosen and relax as you drift down deeper and deeper relaxed. And let this wave of relaxation spread all the way down to your legs now, so that your legs become as heavy as lead. Every muscle in your legs becoming limp and relaxed. And the outside world just fades into the background now. And just become aware of something. Become aware of the rhythm of your breathing. And notice how in the past few minutes the rising and falling of your chest has become slower, more regular. A sign that your body is relaxing. Become aware of that rhythm now. You can feel the rising and falling of your chest, rising and falling. Your body almost breathing for itself. Calm and tranquil, natural feeling of peace and relaxation. Drifting down, further down with each breath, more and more. Down, down, twice as relaxed, twice as comfortable. And in this wonderful relaxed state, you are ready to receive the healing and infinite wisdom and support from a couple of female ascended masters now, Goddess Isis and Goddess Hathor. And the first to make herself known is the mighty goddess Isis. Isis steps forward now to remind you that your true nature is the same creative power that birthed the stars above. Your true nature is holy. Your true nature is joy. Your true nature is peace. And she assures you it is safe to be seen. It is safe to lead. Tune in now to your higher self and ask it to bless you with the courage and power to love yourself completely, releasing any unconditional beliefs that have been holding you back. Breathe deeply and feel into the reassurance that you are always capable of saving yourself. You are in full control of your destiny, and it is completely safe for you to embody your personal power. The spirit, the one sphere source that created you, does not exist as an entity outside of you. It is one and the same, and there is no separation. Relax into this reassurance. Breathe deeply and feel that reassurance sweeping throughout your body. And picture now a column of white light from the crown of your head all the way down to your feet. Breathe deeply and receive this shining, healing light as it fills every cell of your body with self-love, self-acceptance, self-compassion. Recognize now the invincible nature of your true self when you accept that you already are good enough for the divine love within you. Isis smiles and sweeps her wings in a series of infinity loops around your auric field. Her pearlescent feathers are settling your awareness as you deeply exhale in appreciation and satisfaction. Breathe deeply as the divine feminine Christ teacher, Goddess Hathor, now appears to reveal to you that communication is the main skill required for the art of manifestation. She encourages you now to allow your higher self to guide your speech and align yourself with prosperity consciousness. Feel a wavelength of royal blue now surrounding your throat chakra. Know that this is supporting you to allow your authentic expression and clear communication. This royal blue light is assisting you to become increasingly aware of your power to create the reality through the power of your spoken word. This requires you to become increasingly present to the creative power of your speech. And when you invoke the power of your higher self to be your voice, the language you will express will always be well chosen and from the heart. And as you choose to invoke your highest potential, you accelerate the magic of your manifesting power. Hathor reminds you that the true joy of being human is to discover how unlimited you are in your ability to empower and create any outcome that you desire for the sheer pleasure of self-realization. You are worthy to receive every blessing of your unlimited divine consciousness. You are worthy of the Holy Spirit's creative power to manifest whatever you wish upon earth. And she stands before you in a whirling golden radiance, embracing you now in the unlimited divine love. She awakens your angelic human potential. Thank the power of your higher self and the love of all that is for supporting you in your internal success. And know that these beautiful ascended masters are always with you, always there for you to call upon whenever you need them. So taking a big deep breath now, coming back into this space and time, feeling your connection to the earth through your feet, counting you back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and opening your eyes. Hopefully, you enjoyed that.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is because normally, I connect with Isis quite a lot. Hathor was actually a lot stronger
Mm.
during that.
When I was making this range of scented healing mist, obviously I'm feeling the energy coming through me into the mist, and the energy from Hathor nearly blew me away. Oh my goodness, it's so much more powerful. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
really.
And I suppose, and because really, when you think about it, if you were to think of the Egyptian goddesses, Isis is always more prevalent or more talked about than Hathor is, really.
She's more well known, isn't she? Yeah,
Mm,
but she was taught through the Hathor lineage, and in the book it describes how Hathor came from Sirius, the Sirius star nation, and now she's returned there. So yeah, there's some very powerful energies coming through. Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. So, as you kindly did that for us, I'm actually going to do a card for you and everyone watching as a thank you for doing that guide meditation. It was absolutely amazing, and I know Eric's had to go. So thank you, Eric, for joining us. And do let us know how this guided meditation went for you. Was Isis energy seem more for you, or was it Hathor, or what did you get? Just let us know whether you're watching this live or the replay. So what does Sophie and everyone who's watching now need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? What does Sophie and everyone who's watching this need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? Okay, we'll go with that one that came out. And Laura says, thank you. Thank you for letting us know, Laura. So the card that came out was Ascending the Mountain, Keep Going Forward.
Mm.
Isn't that absolutely perfect? So what it's saying to you, Sophie, and to everyone watching, it's like keep going forward. And it's funny because we were talking about future life progression. It's kind of like, we're ascending that mountain now. Yes, things may seem a little bit chaotic at the moment, but where if you keep moving forward, you're actually going to ascend that mountain. When you ascend a mountain, you see the bounty on the other side. You see the beauty on the other side, knowing that you've done it. So it's really sort of like confirmation that, you are on the right path at the moment. You just need to keep going forward. Because what is on the other side is just waiting there for you to actually reach it. And if you don't keep moving forward, you're never going to reach it.
And to me as well, it makes me thinking about the big picture. You can imagine when you're actually standing on top of that mountain, and you can see the panoramic view. All of a sudden, yeah, I mean that to me is the message. That's where you're heading. And actually, I'm getting angel bumps now. Yeah, it's to really kind of aim for that. And I always say to people, if I'm having a hard time, if I'm feeling a bit like life is getting on top of me, it's something I love to do. Actually, is to take myself off up to a high point, a big hill where I can see for miles around, because then all of a sudden I feel about this big, and then all of a sudden my problems feel about this big as well. It's having that shift in perspective, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it
yeah.
is.
Mm.
So Jennifer says, sorry, I missed this. I'll watch on replay. That's absolutely fine, Jennifer. I'll probably be listening to this guided meditation actually again. connect with Hathor a little bit more.
Mm.
And Rebecca says, thanks, Sophie. Lovely, relaxing meditation.
Thank you, Rebecca.
No, so that's pretty cool. So, Sophie, do you have any insights or thoughts or any last minute words of wisdom to leave our viewers?
Well, actually, talking of cards, I pulled one of my own from my guided guided by angel oracle cards just before we were going to come on air. The card that popped up was Archangel Haniel, tune in and voice your powers. And that really talks about how, we've all got that sixth sense. It's our strongest, it's our strongest sense, really, that inner knowing that you can't explain. You just know that, but to really build on that, to notice it, to work with it, because the more you do, it's like a muscle. The more attention you pay to that, the stronger it gets. So just really encouraging people to work more with that, to build that sense of, that gut feeling of when you just know something's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Rebecca says, yes, nature is great for helping to change perspectives.
Mm. Yeah. And resetting you as well. Yeah, I always, well, I'm lucky I've got dogs, so I don't have a choice.
No, you've got to go out.
Rain or shine, and I did get very, very wet today. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, nature, it just always instantly resets you, doesn't it? It's a great one. Mm.
It is. It's beautiful. So I hope everyone that you've enjoyed this conversation and found it insightful, because I know I definitely have, and I'm definitely going to be checking out that book about the Sophia codes. So Sophie, if people want to connect with you, how do they do that? What's the best way of them connecting with you? And what have you got coming up?
Oh, actually, it's a really exciting time because once a year I host an online course called Becoming Empowered, and it's starting very soon, beginning of October. And it's a 6-week journey to give people all the tools and techniques and tips they need to be able to get themselves in a good place and be able to stay there. It's been a lifelong journey of mine to really, develop this. So I'm giving everybody all the knowledge that I've amassed over the years to be able to work with their own energy, to be able to instantly uplift themselves, to be able to think about whatever they're going through from a different perspective, to be able to really make those personal shifts. So yeah, it's a life-changing journey. And of course,
Beautiful.
get closer to your angels as well.
Which is always a good thing. Anything to get you closer to the angels.
Yeah. But yeah, so the best way is to just have a look on my website, angelicenergies.co.uk. There's a lot going on on there. You can see the scented healing lists as well. So yeah. And there's also a list of shows on there as well that I'm going to be attending. Because I do get about.
Yes. Yeah.
Come
Well,
and
you seem to have more up north than we do down south. You're always going to these, and it's like we don't really get that many down here.
Oh, well, you'll have to come and visit sometime, my dear.
Oh, definitely. And Laura says, I've really enjoyed it. Thank you both. Thank you so much, Laura, for watching and letting us know. And of course, you can find Sophie on all the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And what I'll do is I'll put a post in the comments with all those links. So literally you can just click on and go straight to Sophie's website, Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. You can go straight there.
That's a good.
So thank you very much, Sophie, for sharing your wisdom today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to everyone that's joined in the conversation: Eric, Laura, Jennifer, Rebecca. It's been absolutely amazing.
Lovely chat.
You know, when you join in the show, you actually help make the show for us, and you bring your energy in. So thank you so, so much. And of course, if you are now ready to remember your divine presence and step onto your spiritual multidimensional path, but you feel lost, confused, stuck, or alone, then please feel free to connect with me and we can see where you are now and how you can move forward to actually take charge of your destiny so you can spread your wings and soar. And of course, you can receive a free Future Life Progression recording to discover your destiny by singing to your future, to get guidance, clarity that you can use in your current life, as well as a couple of other free gifts by signing up to my email list. So do check that out. And you can also find out more about Angel Wings membership, which helps you come out of the spiritual closet and enjoy creating a life on your own terms, by visiting my website, Radiant Angel Energy, where there's now a waiting list for when the membership opens, probably November. So do check that out. And again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. And Sophie and I would like to invite you to share this video, as I'm sure there are more people who feel lost and want to get clear on their destiny, just like you. And of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to subscribe to Sophie's channel and hit the bell button to be notified when my show goes live, or I post new guided meditations, or Sophie posts new things on there, because every subscription, every like, every comment really helps with the algorithms and gets our shows out there so that we can help empower more people. And, you know, with your help of doing that, of connecting with more people. And I look forward to you all joining me, same time, same place next week. Take care. Bye.